What kind of freaky power is this? With the mountain ruined, I'll be waiting for you on that peak. Don't forget, 3 days. Oh, and your 10 ingredients. You're not bad, kiddio. The more ingredients you find, the invincible scamp, Gu Santong, will reward you heavily. Gu Santong. As Steward Zhua, who did he say he was? He seemed to have called himself Invincible Scamp, Gu Santong. What, do you know him? Holy Mother of God. No wonder I lost so miserably. Of all the rotten luck, why did I have to meet that devil? How could I be so blind? Just who is this Gu Santong? Hi, for Steward Zhua to not know even the likes of invincible scamp Gu Santong. You must be dumber than a rock. You knew who he was and what he was capable of, didn't you? Damn right we knew. We are demonic heroes, knowing all the experts in Tianyu. With how renowned this devil is, how couldn't we recognize him? You think everyone's a bonehead like you. Then, did you make us come here on purpose and face that devil? Moreover, that bet was fake, right? Of course. We are demonic heroes, never done a good thing in our lives. We were so angry when that devil suppressed us and had no way to vent. But got you to join in too, and seeing you suffer brings a tear of joy in my eyes. And have you ever seen a demonic cultivator holding one's end of a bet? What an idiot. He. You guys are really good job. Ah. It hurts. Mercy. Steward Zhua, please stop. We wouldn't dare to do this next time. I was wrong. These 4 are total retards. They knew their lives were in the hands of another yet still dared to fool him. They only had themselves to blame for this. However, Steward Zhua, we know our wrongs. Spare us. What Steward Zhua, it should be Daddy Zhua. Let us go, we won't do it again. Now that we are caught in the middle with invincible scamp Gu Santong, we are in deep trouble now. What Daddy Zhua, it should be Granddaddy Zhua. Please. Elderly. Who is that Gu Santong? Why is he so dreadful? Grandpa, please spare my life. I am not clear either, but legends say Gu Santong is called Invincible Scamp. Undefeated throughout his life. 3 centuries ago, he caused a storm through Tianyu, throwing the empire on the brink of collapse. He later vanished into thin air, never hearing from him since. I never thought we'd meet him here. What, 300 years ago? How is he looking so young if he's so old? I am not sure either. I only heard rumors about him. If he truly is the invincible scamp, then he is indeed 3 centuries old. Or perhaps he is invincible scamp's descendant, carrying his name. He. That's the invincible scamp Gu Santong who has caused immense waves with his indomitable power at the time. How can someone else have his title? Moreover, you've seen his method, if he is not the real invincible scamp. The 4 little shit's words are mostly senseless blabber, dumb as wood, but they speak reason, sometimes. If it weren't for the legendary invincible scamp, who else in this world could bring him to such a sorry state? Elderly doesn't know about Gu Santong, but you do. Damn right. This geezer may be old, but he knows shit having been born way before the war 300 years ago. You're not much older than Elderly, so how do you know then? Hey. Steward Zhua, there's something you're missing. When Gu Santong was causing havoc in the empire, he not only shamed the 7 houses, but the entire Tianyu empire. This made his name taboo to the whole empire. Among the 7 houses, only house lords know of his endeavors and that only passed through speech from the previous house lords. The elders hardly know a thing about him. And that is because of the shame he represented. Demon scheming sect is different. Even before Tianyu was in uproar, our elders warned us to not get entangled with this monster. I can only blame our rotten luck to have stumbled on him just as we got out of that wretched place. Ah, woe is me. Stop crying and tell the truth for once. We ask that Steward Jua spares us. Let us clear our thoughts. Explain it to me clearly. And I'll forego your previous transgression. Otherwise. Steward Jua, don't worry, we know when to be serious. We won't ever dare fool you again. As far as we know, invincible scamp Gu Santong's life is an odd one. Simply unheard of. Oh, how can you say that? It's so damn baffling that even we don't know the full extent of this oddity. You guys should go to hell. Wait a minute. I'm telling the truth. Wait, Steward Jua, eldest bro is serious. Gu Santong is truly baffling that even we know little of him. He just sprung up out of nowhere. With the imperial family, the empire's 3 guardian sects, and the 7 houses' power, not even an ant could have caused such havoc. Least of all a man. But isn't it bizarre how Gu Santong just popped up from thin air? Sly Demon was speaking some reason. It was baffling how an unknown powerful devil just showed up like that. Could it be, he is also from the sacred domain? The kid always had this appearance, that of an 8-year-old boy. But he was only in the 5th layer of profound heaven stage at the time. But after 300 years, he is still as young, yet his cultivation increased to the 2nd layer of radiant stage, quite slow I might add. What never changed all this time is him holding the title of Tianyu's strongest. Before, he was the strongest beneath the radiant stage and now he is the strongest in the radiant stage. If this old monster didn't use his cultivation to keep such appearance, then how strong would he be? Continue. He is really weird. He doesn't like anything, except eating ingredients. If it was anyone else, he'd be already blown to bits by the potent ingredients. But he is unscathed. Steward Jua, I'm sure you can imagine by now. Which house's ingredients are the most appealing when this freak ever ran out of them? Imperial family and the 7 houses. Could it be that? He. Steward Jua sure is evil, thinking about plunging the world into chaos. Though it is the truth nonetheless. The kid went to Pill King Hall's fields and picked them clean of any and all herbs ranging from 2nd to 7th grade. He even gobbled those 8th grade ones that took 1,000 years to grow. How could Pill King Hall sit still after that? So their elders chased after him. The kid didn't use any martial art, but his fists are insanely powerful. In just a single move, the elders were wiped out completely. The taste of that fist. I am sure this old geezer here knows it the best, hey. Nod. In our clash, Gu Santong didn't even punch, only threw me like nothing and already gave me a deep wound. If it were a punch instead, my life would have been forfeited. Such outstanding power. This never happened in all my long years as Mad Dipper. And then what? And then, Pill King Hall requested assistance from Regent Estate and they sent their elders on the kid's trail, only to suffer the same fate. All the while Gu Santong was rampant and robbing ingredients everywhere he went, even attacking the warehouses of the 7 houses and leaving them with nothing. Without a choice, the always squabbling 7 houses put aside their differences and worked together for the first time. They issued the worst and most cruel order since the Empire's existence. The Demon Purging Decree. I didn't expect that the first use of the Demon Purging Decree was on Gu Santong. But how is that kid still alive now? Just what kind of power does he have? How could he fight against an entire nation and only as a damn profound heaven expert? Once the Demon Purging Decree was issued, every place Gu Santong had been was burned to the ground. It reached a point where every man, woman, and child shouted at him to die out of fear. It didn't matter where he went, because the entire empire was against him. Isolated and despised, this mere child began to feel glum. When the 7 houses venerables chased, the kid had no heart to fight and fled. The demon purging decree showed results in the end, at least it cut the little monster's fighting spirit. I understand that feeling. Because demonic cultivators often stumble upon such a situation. Because we kill some righteous people for some reason, the others disregard the truth and demand our deaths. All because we are labeled demonic. In such a helpless and isolated state, anyone would feel miserable. For this exact reason, a demonic cultivator has to stand on his own, to cultivate a certain state of mind. Even if alone, one needs to have the courage to face the whole world. The demon purging decree is psychological warfare. Then how did he remove his heart demon, and become the current invincible scamp? He. Steward Jwashur is smart. You caught on right away, he didn't have that title before. Becoming isolated bores heavy on one's mind. In this state, even if powerful, it was still far from becoming invincible. Precisely. When the 7 houses venerables went after the kid, he was slowly reaching the end of his rope, on the brink of annihilation. But something happened then, and the kid changed completely. After only 3 months, when people thought he was on his deathbed and were searching for his corpse, he emerged. And this time, it was different from before. But if before he still had an innocent and childish manner, this time, he was devil incarnate. His actions struck fear in not only the 7 houses, but the imperial family as well. His style was very much like ours from the demonic path. Oh, what did he do? Once he appeared again, he threatened to destroy the entire empire. Didn't you declare the demon purging decree on me, burning any place I've been to isolate me? Fine then, I won't wait for you to destroy the cities, I'm just going to do it myself and save you the trouble. Every place I visit will be wiped out. When I leave this Tianyu, the empire will be an empty one. Steward Jua, Oldly, could you even fathom the kid's baffling power? Every single punch and kick of his razed cities to the ground. This not only had the 7 houses fear-stricken, but the entire Tianyu was shaking in their boots. They had to be crying inside at the time, thinking what did it have to do with them? We're innocent. Ha, a bunch of morons. Damn you, sly demon, this is the best part. I'm telling the story. I once heard of the kid's notoriety, but I never knew he was so vicious. He wanted to destroy an empire, by himself. His guts are commendable. I would have done the same thing in his stead. Humph, as for those who called themselves innocent, at the moment of the demon purging decree, there was no one who stood up to the 7 houses' slaughter. In fact, they even pitched in. They were anything but innocent. And since they became enemies, mercy and regrets have no place here. The little imp is starting to grow on me. Steward Jua is truly a man who will make countless sacrifices. And then. He. What followed next was a prime example of how a true demonic cultivator should act. In but half a year, the kid fulfilled his promise, wiping out every place he went to until his onslaught had covered half the empire. Any and all who knew his name, heard his coming, sent the people fleeing for their lives. The 7 houses venerable joined hands to surround him, to no avail. The kid still went on killing regardless of opposition. Everywhere he went, he left ravaged lands behind him. So everyone gave him a name. Invincible Scamp. Gu Santong. The imperial family could no longer take it, seeing the 7 houses in disarray. If it didn't intervene now, the empire would be done for. So it sent its 50 divine dragons. Hold on, how many divine dragons was that again? 50, why? I didn't expect that the imperial family would actually own people equivalent to the jade flute divine sword, Fong Kabai, at the peak of radiant stage. No. The aptitudes of divine dragons at the time weren't as high as the current ones. How could there be 50 jade flute divine sword? Even if there were not 50 jade flute divine sword. Such a lineup of 50 divine dragons. That kid still managed to survive. The imperial family was still going strong at the time, having around 20 experts like jade flute divine sword. And the other 30 were at least in the 5th layer of radiant stage. 3 among them were even called immemorial sages by the world, stronger than even jade flute divine sword. Even Invincible Scamp had a hard time dealing with them. What? So the imperial family actually held so much power. How ignorant you are. You think Tianyu's imperial family and the 7 houses of now only have this little power after 1,000 years. Just 3 centuries ago, the imperial family had 50 divine dragons. The regent estate 100 radiant stage experts and the other houses in the tens. This is what kept the houses in a delicate balance. But in the war with Gu Santong, the 7 houses' united force of hundreds of radiant stage experts were almost wiped out. Even the imperial family's 50 divine dragons were destroyed, leaving but only the 3 immemorial sages alive. This battle waged for a whole year in a devastating fashion. 2 of the sages ultimately succumbed in this war of attrition, leaving behind the strongest immemorial sage to contend with the little monster. But at this time, both of them were nearing their limits, with the end looking to be drawn in mutual destruction. Thank God Invincible Scamp wrecked Tianyu 300 years ago, otherwise the Luo clan would have never got to rise above the 7 houses, not even in 100 years, not to mention 10. How did their fight end? With the kid still alive, did the last sage die? If that is so, why then the kid hid himself for the past centuries? Precisely. The last sage was very smart. He knew if both died, the imperial family would be left stranded, and the 7 houses ultimately dividing Tianyu. So at the very end, he read the kid's nature and resorted to shamelessly duping him into a 1,000-year agreement. He stated that if he stood his ground after receiving the kid's 10 punches, the kid would replace him in becoming the imperial family's divine dragon and safeguarding the imperial family for 1,000 years. If he died, then Gu Santong could do with Tianyu as he pleased, with no one stopping him. Steward Zhua, don't you think this is the most ridiculous joke you've ever heard? If the sage died, with all other divine dragons laying dead as well, who on earth remained to stop the little monster? This was the most obvious trap if I ever saw one. But the kid was duped just as easily, or perhaps overconfident in his strength. Once the 10 punches were struck, the sage was peach perfect and Invincible Scamp had the rotten luck of being in the imperial family's indentured servant ever since. What a moron. If it were me, I'd disregard the bet even after the punches, Boss is much wiser than that kid. Never in my wildest dreams had I conceived that Gu Santong was the imperial family's 3rd divine dragon. The 5 divine dragons of the imperial family. The strongest in Tianyu. And yet, even the highly placed members of the 7 houses have limited knowledge about them, limited to Jade Flute Divine Sword Fong Qiubai and Monochrome Chess Sage Sima Hui. As for the other 3, their information is unclear. The House Lords are the only ones entitled to the matters pertaining 3 centuries ago, that the devil who pushed Tianyu on the brink of collapse, the invincible Scamp Gu, is now one of the divine dragons. Since the imperial family is rearing this behemoth, what is it doing getting scared of the 7 houses? Steward Zhua, you clearly know nothing. That last immemorial sage was the strongest in Tianyu. On the brink of breaking out of the radiant stage's shackles and reaching the ethereal stage, becoming undying. A pity he met Gu Santong, that little monster. Regardless of how strong he was, he couldn't stand the kid's 10 punches. But even so, thanks to his consciousness on the brink of becoming ethereal, he endured the kid's onslaught for a full hour. After that, his soul completely scattered. Gu Santong admired his dedication, who was willing to stake his soul in winning the bet. This was how the man protected Tianyu's imperial family and forced the kid to stick to his promise. But Gu Santong was no fool either. He resigned to only protecting the imperial family and nothing more. Thus, he was the imperial family's strongest shield, but not their spear, ignoring any orders. Even so, the imperial family still won. Would anyone dare disobey them when they had him on their side? Of course, his existence was never accepted by the 7 houses. If he went berserk again, what would become of the 7 houses? So, they went to the emperor again and again for a resolution, or they would be leaving the empire. For lack of a better choice, the imperial family could only ask for the kid to make a vow as a divine dragon to not attack the 7 houses unless provoked. Also, the imperial family will have him under strict supervision. He is not to step 1 foot outside the imperial capital without the emperor's explicit approval. With how Tianyu lost its backbone in that war, if the 7 houses withdrew, the empire was open to foreign invasions. And the kid had no choice but to agree to this and protect the imperial family through the oath. The 7 houses begrudgingly compromised as well, and the imperial family changed his title into Invincible Scamp, as if to mean all that happened was just a kid throwing a tantrum. But now, the Invincible Scamp who's been locked away for 3 centuries by the imperial family was set free by the emperor. Gu Santong is indeed savage, but also honorable, far more than these little shits. Is that all about the Invincible Scamp? Pretty much. Now then, Steward Zhua, you have the boundless honor of listening to the legends of the much greater, much more heroic 4 demons than even the likes of Invincible Scamp Gu Santong. Correct, those 4 are without a doubt yours truly, the demonic heroes, for scheming. Steward Zhua, you're breaking your promise. You said you'll forget about everything if we told you about Gu Santong. Ha ha ha. We're all demon cultivators here, right? Since when can you believe anything we say? You're morons to have trusted me in the first place. It was the 4 little shits who duped Zhua Fan in the first place, and now he is paying them back in spades. Steward Zhua isn't one to take a loss, regardless of how small. Elderly. Do you know what I'm thinking? Could it be that Steward Zhua wants Gu Santong? That's right. I've never wanted a subordinate as much as I want him. If the imperial family finds out you've stolen their cornerstone from under their feet. With Gu Santong in the bag, what good will it do to them if they know? They couldn't handle his power 3 centuries ago. But can they now? Ha 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 ha. Steward Zhua is wise. Elderly, look after them. I'm going to probe the devil. I am going to confirm some suspicions of mine. Oh, you're back so fast. Did you already get an ingredient? How are you so fast? Take it out and let me see. Another 5th grade ingredient. You're not bad at all. Far better than the others. Those 4 couldn't get one in 3 days, but you found one in an instant. Ha ha ha, you did well. I will not treat you badly. Oh, and how will you repay me? I'll give you 2 more attempts. You just have to defeat me once and I'll let you all go. With the old guy using one, you are left with 11. Ha ha ha. So this is your reward. This punk was corrupted by the strongest immemorial sage all right, giving fake rewards. Blast it, if I could beat you, what need do I have of you to let me go? We'd be leaving anyway. Wait for me. In a jiffy, I will put your cheeky ass in place. I'll show you how it's really done. Then I'll be going to get more and more attempts. Go. Work hard now. Elderly. The kid's only redeeming feature is his brawn. Easy to handle. Oh, how can you say that? This is. In your fight with the kid, I noticed how he never used discerning field despite being in the radiant stage. So I tested him again with a 5th grade ingredient. Seeing him gobble it up like candy. We'll give him this bloodworm spiked ingredient. And then. He. He. How are you so fast? Did you get another one? You're the very definition of an expert, not like those 4 snails. Give it here and I'll give you 10 attempts. Ha. Thank you very much. It's a 6th grade ingredient. You're incredible. To make you take the bait and drop your guard, I'm even giving you a 6th grade ingredient. Curses, I didn't even get that many off of Drifting Flower's edifice. But it doesn't matter. Using it in exchange for such a powerful expert is bloody worth it. As long as the brat eats it. The strongest in Tianyu will be under my control. There's something off about this ingredient. Did the brat find out? Huh. It's a genuine 6th grade ingredient, how can it have any problems? What is this? Strange, how did a worm get inside an ingredient? He really found out. Yeah, ingredients are worldly treasure, so how could this grand 6th grade ingredient caught a worm? I cannot admit it even in death. I must play innocent. Whatever, anything is possible in this world. It's fine if the ingredient has worms. But be more careful next time you go pick ingredients. How did this kid, without a discerning field, find out about the bloodworm? Steward Zhua, are things going well? Look at my face, does it look like it's going well? You mean the kid used the discerning field for the first time? And this is what worries me. Without using his soul to investigate, how the hell did he find the hidden worm? If I can't understand this, any future attempts will be pointless. Steward Zhua, should we try with eggs? We may not know what trick he used, but not even discerning field can find the eggs. I refuse to believe he is any different. Yes, I also have this intention. But this time it will cost me heavily. TH grade ingredient, Yin Yang Moon Fire Root. Correct. This ingredient is hot on the outside but cold inside. This is one of the few ingredients with Yin and Yang in harmony. Now I don't have time to find a suitable place for the worm to lay its eggs. The only way to do this is to put it into the center of the ingredient, where it is cold. And, because this ingredient is both Yin and Yang, when the kid takes it, it's the same as eating a spring pill, quickening the growth of the worm. Because of its rarity, it is even valued higher than an 8th grade ingredient. I got it when I was in Drifting Flower's edifice and couldn't bear the thought of using it in the competition. It seems that Steward Zhua is reluctant. As the saying goes, nothing ventured, nothing gained. A 7th grade ingredient in exchange for the invincible scamp, no matter how you see it, it's totally worth it. As expected of Steward Zhua, his attitude changed so fast. Let's start. The ingredient is now filled with bloodworm eggs. Everything rests on you now. Good luck, Steward Zhua. You're damn quick, you know that. Those 4 fools have nothing on you. What did you find this time? Take it out. TH grade ingredient. You actually found a 7th grade ingredient. A 7th grade ingredient. Oh, I haven't had one in 3 centuries. Those bastards in yellow only know how to starve me with wretched 1st and 2nd grade ingredients. It took me 300 years to reach the 2nd layer of radiant stage. Thanks to this kid's self-expression, I learned a lot of information. First of all, those bastards in yellow are not from Regent Estate, but they are the Imperial Capital's guards. Moreover, there is another big secret as well. His cultivation doesn't rely on training, or maybe training does very little. Only eating ingredients increases his strength. Curses, if I take him in, just how many ingredients do I have to spend to raise him? However, the Imperial family definitely has high-grade ingredients. Yet, over the last centuries they've only been feeding him 1st and 2nd grade. Was it done on purpose to hold this monster's growth in check? After all, the more power he has, the harder it is for the Imperial family to control him. This Gu Santong is unlike the rumors painted him as the strongest in the Empire. At least the Imperial family seems to have a way to keep him in check. Otherwise, there is no reason to stunt his cultivation for so many years. I don't know if this conjecture is real or not, but if I ignore it, I will be suffering at the hands of the Imperial family sometime in the future. The Imperial family still has uses for them and we are relying on the Imperial family, but who knows what will happen in the future. In short, there are no everlasting friends. Anyone can become an enemy. This one is also fishy. Why are all the ingredients you find so queer? Ha ha ha. What could possibly be wrong? Can you see what's inside here? The average man would definitely miss them even with scrutiny. Not even a radiant stage expert searching it with his soul could find them. Yet this little monster actually did it. Not only found them, but even accurately struck their exact spot. What are you saying? This ain't the time to gawk. I can't see anything. See these dots? Can't you see them? They don't match the ingredient at all. They are in fact closely resembling the worm in the last ingredient. They must be its eggs. Sure enough, it's the nature of a child. There is no other explanation. I can't blame you for this, just like the ingredient with the worm in it. How can I throw away a 7th grade ingredient? Even if there are worms, I don't mind taking it. Aha. Not only I lost a fortune, but I couldn't get the kid either. I lost everything. You're really good at finding ingredients. So why don't I shorten the time? 1 ingredient every hour, a 7th grade one. A 7th grade ingredient every hour. Give him an inch and he'll take a mile. This damned bastard. Sigh, I need to go give the imp another ingredient. If this keeps up, I'll lose everything. Steward Zhua, can't we just flee? Why must we suffer at his hands? I already lost 6 7th grade ingredients, but still can't find that brat's weakness. I am not giving up. If I leave now, all of that will go to waste. I've never once suffered so much in a deal. He's angry. What are you laughing at? Otherwise, I can promise you will go through such pain you can't even begin to imagine. Damn 4th bro, did you forget how he played us? If you say one word, I will. Steward Zhua, Gu Santong's nose is very sharp. It doesn't matter what you do to the ingredient, he'll always find out. Come out, wimp demon. Tell me everything you know. Yes, Steward Zhua, Gu Santong isn't only outrageously powerful, his nose is more so, godlike even. The last time we tried to poison him, but he sniffed it out instantly and beat us to a pulp. Then we thought of fleeing, but he could easily sniff us out in 1,000 miles, giving us another beating. Then. There is no then. We searched seriously knowing we can't escape his evil clutches and looked for ingredients for him. No wonder the kid isn't afraid that we will flee, because no matter where we are, he will find us. Even Radiant Stage's discerning field pales in comparison. So he can smell the bloodworm and its eggs. How could someone own such an insanely sharp nose? Steward Jua, if that's the case, does that mean escaping is impossible? I urge you not to flee, or you'll only suffer instead. This Gu Santong is even more amazing than I thought. However. Wimp demon, you're a nice guy. Far better than those idiots. You've been tousled by the bloodworm enough, go take a rest. No way. Didn't you say demonic cultivators don't stick to their word? It's no promise, but a reward. Grandpa Jua, spare my life. These 4 little shits are immune to soft and hard methods, even their thinking is screwed up. The only way to get them in line is with the carrot and the stick. There is a reward, and there is a penalty. In this way, they will know how to behave. Steward Jua's methods are indeed impressive. Steward Jua, these 4 little shits had dragged us into a swamp that's hard to get out of. But I don't think it's such a miserable encounter. At least we now know that Gu Santong's ace is his magical nose. In this world, what we fear the most is the unknown. Now that we know what his trick is, we just gotta think hard of how to counter it. No one is invincible, that's how a true man of ambition is. He can remain calm even in the face of Tianyu's strongest. A pity such a talent is only a steward. It's about to rain. I'll hand the ingredient over to the kid, then think of a way to deal with his skill. No matter what, I must have him under me. If Steward Jua said it, then it's as good as done. Damn heaven, what lightning. Tone down the noise. Gu Santong is amazing. With a mere shout, he unleashed an even stronger ripple than I do with Necro Dragon's screech. His strength is really unfathomable. This kid. The kid had always been calm around us, not showing even a bit of anger. Guess we weren't worthy to make him angry. Why was he raging at the thunderclouds? Maybe. He hates lightning. Is it fear? Steward Jua, you mean? Yes, perhaps his weakness is tortured by the bloodworms all night. Get ready, we're going to Thunderswarm Mountain. But we're still in the kid's palm. Whatever for are we going to that damnable place? My word is law, so cut the crap. Or else. Fine, we'll listen to Steward Jua. We won't complain again. What if Gu Santong comes after us? It's fine. I told the kid we'll be going a bit further for his ingredients and that there's an 8th grade ingredient there, but we'll be needing 3 days. He instantly agreed. By the time he figures out he'd been had, our trap will be ready. A trap. We will lure Tianyu's strongest, invincible scamp Gu Santong into a trap. Is this Thunderswarm Mountain? We've been stuck in there for 60-odd years, having lightning pass through us every second of every day. If it weren't for that dumbass leaving a hole behind, maybe we would have lost all courage to live now. Those were the worst years ever, wah. I should feel sympathized for them as this is a sad story, but when this guy described it, I felt disgusted instead. He isn't a dumbass at all. In fact, he didn't poke a hole in the barrier out of carelessness. He let them go on purpose. This barrier may be fitting this place, raised on top of this natural array, but it is very intricately and painstakingly placed to leave almost no loopholes. That cliff, for example, is one such hole. Only an erudite could see it. What on purpose? Then how come we didn't see anyone when we got out? He must have done it for his own reasons. But he never would have imagined he helped me instead. Ha ha ha. Don't dwell on it. The most important thing for us now is to set up an array and bait Gu Santong inside. This 6th grade array is slightly damaged. Once I fix it, its power will double. Steward Zhua, are you sure the kid will enter? What if he sees the array and waits for us outside instead? We won't be able to hold on then. No worries. Others will hesitate while he will jump straight in. Because he is the invincible scamp, undefeated throughout his life. He never suffered defeat, which makes him cocky. And cockiness leads to neglect. I believe there's not a better radiant stage sucker out there than this Gu Santong. Steward Zhua sees through everyone. My admiration for you knows no bounds. Enough sucking up to me. I am certain he'll go in, but I can't gauge his power, making success uncertain. But with this natural 6th grade array, and with us controlling it, success will be ours. Otherwise, what do you need us to do? Your job is to go in the array and distract Gu Santong. Even in the demon scheming sect, everyone was against us controlling arrays. That's blatant discrimination. You damn idiots. They were afraid you'd go messing it all up. I'm also discriminating against you. But don't you dare meddle with the array as I work on it. And you'd better listen to every one of my orders when Gu Santong gets inside and give your all while doing it. Or else. Yes. Steward Zhua. Ah. My stomach suddenly hurts. Please allow us to leave. 3 days later. You bastards have taken advantage of my trust and good nature. Get the hell out right now. I don't have much time to waste here. If you don't go out to get me ingredients, I'll be bitter all my life. Who knows when I will get to eat so many good ingredients. Listen up. I know you're on that mountain. Get out right now. Don't make me come after you. Or you'll be in trouble. Fine, have it your way. It's on you. See how I'll put you in your place once I get my hands on you. An array. Hey hey hey. Invincible scamp, your day has come. You bastards, is it not enough you set up an array, but did it have to be a thunder one? Ha ha ha. Only thunder can keep you little freak in check. This little monster is really scared of thunder. Elderly, this is just the start. But be careful, the lightning may have a heavy impact on him, but I don't want to kill him. I want him alive. I got it, Steward Zhua. We can't have those ingredients go to waste. I know what to do. Wait, why isn't he resisting? You're telling me lightning is fatal for him. Steward Zhua, should I go take a look? No injury. How is it possible? How is it possible? Lightning should be his weakness. Abominable for scheming demons, keep him busy. Show me how he handles the lightning. Elderly, raise the power. Again. I knew you were messing around here. Shut down the array. I hate lightning the most. He. Lightning is the little monster's bane. We won't stop it, so what are you gonna do about it? Aha, goddammit. The kid's hard as a rock. My hand almost got ruined. With such power, even if a peak Radiant stage expert encountered it, they would have a hard time. For scheming demons, how did he take on the lightning? Steward Zhua, this kid didn't stop one lightning. Each bolt was a direct hit, but he is still standing there like nothing happened. You mean to tell me lightning doesn't do a damn thing to this kid? Was my assumption wrong? Steward Zhua, what now? He is just standing here in the array, but we can't do anything to him. Something bad is bound to happen if this goes on. And once he gets out, he'll want to settle the score. We'll be finished. Elderly, the lightning isn't his weakness, but he always shouts profanities at it. I was wrong, he just hates lightning. But this GTH grade array is built on a natural formation. Let's use all we have on him. No matter how ridiculously powerful he is, it'll be worth it if we can wear him out even a little. Good. There is only a 50% chance of success. But in order to get Gu Santong, I'm willing to sacrifice. Even if I failed. Steward Zhua, I'm ready. How are you? I as well. Begin. Faster release please. Gu Santong, if you still stand after this, then you must be my karma coming back to bite me. The invincible scamp is unbelievably strong. No wonder he could face the entire empire and still win. Sure enough, gambling is not for me. Elderly, patch up the thunderclouds, it's time to bolt. Invincible scamp is out of my league. Or maybe, we'll just get him on a better occasion. This is the first time I've seen Steward Zhua giving up. Only an extraordinary man could control such a freak. Absolute power indeed trumps over any ploy. You 6 bastards. I told you already. I hate lightning. The kid's power is insane. He can shake space itself with a punch alone. Run. We can't deal with him. Go underground, there's no escaping it. How is he even human? Anything in 100 miles was pulverized. Gu Santong is an abomination. If not for Steward Zhua's timely advice, we would be nothing but dust by now. Sigh, invincible scamp is a real freak. We can't mess with him ever again no matter how Steward Zhua tortures us. We must never agree to such a reckless plan ever again. I got you now, you bastards. Who was it that threw the punch on me? Step forward. He did it. It's not my fault. I never would have done it if I wasn't compelled. Oh, who forced you then? Santong. You're finally here. Thank the heavens. I thought we'd never see you again. What's wrong? Why did you run away? Why did you set up a lightning array here to hurt me? What are you talking about? Who set an array? You didn't set the lightning array. As if. You think we'd still be trapped with you if we could. You're saying you've been trapped in there as well. Of course. Otherwise, we'd have long returned with the ingredient. You've been trapped here just to get an ingredient. Gu Santong, do you know why there's a GTH grade lightning array here? Because there's a precious 8th grade ingredient here. Someone used the array to protect it. To help you get that ingredient, we had to go into the lion's den, and barely got out alive. But thankfully you got here just in time. But why do you say we ran away? Didn't I tell you we'll be going on an ingredient hunt? Well. That's right. Gu Santong sure is an abomination, but pure as a child. And more importantly, easy to fool. I was wrong. No. Since you were trapped inside, why were these 4 moving around the array so freely, even giving me a punch? This. Oh no. Originally, Steward Jua planned that if we couldn't hold him with the array, then we would throw in a play. We would fake being victims as well, braving the danger of death for the kid's sake. This can explain why we were in the array, and also score sympathy points with the kid. Who would have thought that these 4 bastards would actually go as far as punching him? Steward Jua, how about we throw these little shits to the wolves? No arrays. I guessed as much. That's great. Ha ha ha, don't misunderstand. I only want to explain to you clearly. Arrays are graded from 1 to 12 according to their power. As for their type, they are trapping, killing, and bewildering arrays. That thunder array was of the killing type. But it also had a trapping array hidden. Did you notice? But did you notice the bewildering array as well? You're saying a bewildering caught me. No way, it's not like I've never been in a bewildering formation before. What I see may be fake, but my nose has never let me down. That guy hit me, and I caught him red-handed. I didn't say you were caught in an illusion, but he was. Let me ask you this. Did you 4 really attack Gu Santong? We were caught in an illusion, so we thought you were someone else. Please forgive us. Is that so? Then who was that little monster you kept raving on about? It's him. Haha, so. The person you wanted to catch and kill was me. You're also a monster. Before I met you, they indeed called me that. I always thought you used a flying demonic treasure. When in fact it is tied to your body, you're indeed monstrous enough. Excellent, Steward Jua. This time, everything is explained. His tongue is really fierce. Even this kind of dangerous situation can be turned over. Steward Jua was able to see through his good nature and was willing to gamble once. But even this had only a 50-50 chance. If Gu Santong was still stubborn, we could only resign to our fate and the kid's temper. Hold on. Since you all did this for an ingredient, where is it? If there's no 8th grade ingredient, Then all of this is a lie cooked up by all of you. You fist-leveled everything in 100 miles. That ingredient has long since been destroyed. Bullshit. An 8th grade ingredient is a worldly treasure, possessing spirituality. If you could think of burrowing underground at a crucial moment, damn it, how could it not know to avoid danger? Then it must have fled. More bullshit. The scent of an 8th grade ingredient is very fragrant. My nose can pick up its scent even 1,000 meters below. How the hell can it escape my notice? Then. Without the 8th grade ingredient, all you've said so far was a big fat lie. You are the ones who set up the lightning array to harm me. Hold on. The 8th grade ingredient is indeed real, it truly wanted to flee. But I managed to grab it just as the lightning array crumbled. You didn't pick up its scent. Because I placed it in my ring. So, the 8th grade ingredient was real. Sorry, I've been wrong about you guys. You really gave it all for my sake. Then, is this 8th grade ingredient mine? In fact, even if you did set the array up, it's all water under the bridge. If every array has an 8th grade ingredient, I'd jump in head first, ha ha ha. Don't worry, there won't be a next time. You bastard. I got that 8th grade ingredient from Drifting Flowers Edifice's 100-pill meeting, and only the one. Who'd have thought it'd be wasted on this guy? It's only a worldly possession, Steward Jua. Only by being alive will you get to have more of them. Yeah, I never knew Steward Jua had an 8th grade ingredient. What's more, Steward Jua loves us so much, he gave it up. We are really touched. I've made an investment in you and I expect you to pay me back tenfold at the least. We'll first placate the devil, then we'll think of something later. Rumbling. Isn't Thunderswarm Mountain flattened? Where is that noise coming from? Maybe it's a real thunderstorm. Unlikely. The kid's 2 fists silenced everything in 100 miles, even removing clouds. So where's this lightning coming from without any clouds around? Steward Jua, look, something's off with the kid. Trembling. Steward Jua, you're amazing, of ultimate cunningness to have dealt with the kid. Tell us, how did you poison him? Our plans have always been foiled by that godlike nose. Knock it off, I didn't do anything. It doesn't look like something's wrong with the kid. So it must be his mental state. It's fear. When I was teaching brats in Regent Estate, I was very strict. So much so, some weak-minded ones caved in just at my voice alone, taking the same posture as he is now. You're saying he's scared. What could drive such fear into this little monster? This is Lightning Canyon. This is one of the continent's 3 danger zones, Lightning Canyon. It is the place Juefan has been aiming for all this time, the Heavenly Emperor's remnant. Since Long Jiao told me about it, I have been preparing myself for it. But having met with one strange and unavoidable event after another, I have to put them on hold. And now. Why haven't I hatched this egg the moment I got here? Now that Thunderswarm Mountain is gone, how do I do it? But even if I had, the chick wouldn't be of any use in the Lightning Canyon. Now is not the time to enter the Lightning Canyon. Let's go.